Well, that was quite disappointing. Didn't really like the game too much. Let's talk about it. Let's see what I didn't like and what I liked. Okay, so the game kicked off, first half, we lose Diaby, Ox comes on. I like that change, I like Ox coming straight on, but I want him to be on. If he's not on, I want Walcott there. They've got that X factor that we need, and as soon as he came on, there was an immediate impact. But that was after the goal, the first goal of the game from Fernando Torres, a very good finish, but I don't think it ever should have happened in the first place. Koscielny was man-marking him, but he wasn't really doing much. He needed to use a bit more of his body to kind of block Torres from the ball, but he allowed Torres to kind of curl around him and actually get a very nice volley across him and into the goal. Manoni, questionable, he could have gotten it, but either way that chance really shouldn't have happened. It was a cheap free kick anyway, and Torres capitalised on it like a good striker does. For the first 30 minutes our passing was pretty bad. We were just lazy, the passes were slow, and even then there were a few passes, I'm pretty sure I can remember, where we passed it to a guy that really wasn't even looking. I don't know what their mindset was, but it wasn't on the game. It seemed like our players didn't really want to present the ball. For example, Arteta would get the ball in the middle of the ground and he's looking to pass it off to one of the wingers, but they would just be casually walking, and then as soon as they realise that the ball's coming to them, then they kind of wake up and say, alright, I've got to do something. Whereas in the other games, they were making runs on the right, runs on the left, through the middle, darting across, and he had options. But in the first 30 minutes, we didn't have many options. Though for the last 15 minutes, our passing started to click, it was fast, it had depth. We used a bit of variety, we weren't that predictable. We kept the ball off Chelsea, which we struggled to do in the first 30 minutes. All we did in the first 30 minutes was let them pass it around, stand there and watch them, which wasn't good. We kind of played on the counter-attack, but that didn't really work. Until in the last 15, where we had the possession and we were just passing it around and slowly creeping forward. Until a beautiful cross from Oxlade-Chamberlain to Gervinho, beautiful touch, controlled the ball, and then just finished at top corner, 1-1 in the 43rd minute. Which brings him to 4 goals already this season in all competitions, which is actually equal to the goals that he scored in the entire last season. So that's kind of a good indicator of how good his form is at the moment. Even though for the rest of the game he was quite frustrating, he'd get the ball and then, there'd be a pass on, but he wouldn't do it, and you could hear the fans in the background getting really frustrated knowing that there was a pass on but he didn't go to it, and then he'd elect to go and run again, and then it'd turn over and it'd go down the other end for a chance. From the first half though, I could tell that Chelsea were pretty happy to push us to the wings. They noticed that we didn't have anyone tall in the box, so they allowed us to cross it in, even though that was funny that we scored from that sort of setup, but they were very happy for us to do that. And when we were central, they put a few players back and just basically asked us to pass it through them, which we didn't do on too many occasions. There was a penalty shout in the first half as well. Torres probably should have put them 2-0 up. He didn't do it. He kicked the back of Koscielny's foot. That was the case. He thought he was tripped. He wasn't, and that was it for the first half. Second half, worst possible start. Another set piece. Mata crosses it in. It should have been taken care of pretty easily. Wasn't the case. Bounced. I think it clipped Koscielny. You can't really tell from the free kick. Either way, it's a goal, own goal or Mata goal. 2-1 down now. Then after that, they didn't really have many chances. We had most of the possession, didn't really create much until the last 15 minutes. And that was when Podolski had a really good header, great save from Czech. And then Giroud came on with Podolski coming off and Theo Walcott coming on for Ramsey. Soon after that, there was a shot deflection from Giroud off David Luiz that almost looked like it went in. Czech again, running the opposite way, just put out the hand and kind of blocked it. Didn't really look convincing, but he saved it nonetheless. Then there was the chance in the 91st minute. Beautiful play through the centre from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Reversed pass again. Reminded me a lot of the play in the first game against Sunderland. The reverse pass from Cazorla to Giroud. This time it was Chamberlain to Giroud. He had Czech beaten. Czech was gone. I think there was a Chelsea player on the line. But even then he should have really finished it. He hit the side of the netting and that was it. We had our chances and we didn't take them, and that was an amazing chance. Left really late, which was annoying, but if he's going to start in the team, he's got to do that. He came on and he created a few chances, a header that hit the bar, deflection and that shot, but he's got to finish it. That's what Arsene Wenger wants. He wants goal. Overall, that was a really frustrating game. We played in spurts, we weren't consistent. Chelsea were consistent, they were much cleaner, their passing was smoother, Hazard always caused us problems. But we really could have taken a draw from this game. That's the disappointing thing. Came back from 1-1 against Man City, a really good 6-1 win against Coventry. Giroud scoring, Chamberlain, Theo Walcott. But then to follow up with this was pretty disappointing, especially when every goal we've conceded this season has been from a set piece. It's just really disappointing because we've been talking about how good our defence has been, but we're still conceding stupid set pieces that lead to goals. And own goals that really shouldn't happen. Comment below, tell me if you wanted Mertesacker to start the game. I mean, it wasn't a terrible performance, so we can take a few things here and there. It was a good learning experience playing against a very good Chelsea team, but at home, in the form that we were in, we really should have done better. But that's it from me, guys. Disappointing loss, especially at home to Chelsea. But these things happen. Hopefully we come back next week and we get the win. Comment below, tell me who you think your man of the match was and your highlight of the match. My man of the match was probably Cazorla. He looked like he was really in the heart of it, really wanted to get the draw. Highlight of the match was the goal with the setup and Chamberlain crossing it in for Gervinho, who controlled it beautifully and finished it beautifully as well. Make sure you like the video, subscribe above so you can get all my Arsenal reviews, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.